We are ready to do some poetry and props today. I've got a few I'm going to do for you. We'll do a few old ones together because we should know those and be working through them. And then our new ones for this week are, what are our new ones for this week? Our new ones for this week, oh, I know I'm wearing it. Something's missing and bear in there. That's why I don't see the prop for that because there are no props here for bear in there. They're at school. So anyway, the first one I'm going to do for you is Jimmy Jet and his TV set, and you've heard it a couple times, so you might even want to do it with me. So here's how it goes. I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jet, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set almost as much as you. He watched all day and he watched all night till he grew pale and lean. From the early show to the late show, and all the shows in between. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide, and his bottom grew into a chair, and his chin turned into a tuning dial, and an antenna grew out of his hair, and his brains turned into TV tubes, and his face to a TV screen. And two knobs, saying Bert and Horace, grew where his ears had been. And he grew a plug that looked like a tail. So we plugged in little Jim. And now, instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him. Get it? He turned into a TV. So we've done that enough times that you might even be able to get to know some of those words that we're doing too. That's a super fun one. And that one you really have to be in storytelling mode because you're like, have I told you the story of Jimmy Jet? So you're just like you're doing storytelling and not clomping around with a poem. So, okay, I have another one for you. It's called Double-Tailed Dog. Oh, let me pull this stuff off. Set it over here. Pull out my plug. This one's called Double-Tailed Dog, and it's about getting a dog that does not have a head. He only has two tails. Would you like to buy a dog with a tail at either end? He's quite the strangest dog there is in town. He's not too good at knowing exactly where he's going, but he's very, very good at sitting down. He doesn't have a place to put a collar, and I'll admit it's kind of hard to lead him. He cannot hear you call, for he has no ears at all, but it doesn't cost a single cent to feed him. He cannot bite, he'll never bark or growl. Just scratch him on his tails, he'll find it pleasing. But you'll have to take him out for twice as many walks, and I'll bet that you can quickly guess the reason. That is a super fun one to do too. The dog with two tails, no head. So that's a good one to do. Okay, take off this prop so I can move a little bit. Oh, there's my hat. I still have to do the terrible toy-eating Tuchel for you. That's going to be tomorrow. Next time we meet, we're going to do the terrible toy-eating Tuchel that sneaks under your door if you haven't picked up your toys and just takes them. He doesn't clean them up, he takes them. So one we've done the last week that we were learning. Last week we did Reginald Clark and we did Melinda May. So let's try Melinda May again today as one that we should kind of have tucked in our pockets, maybe not all the way, but pretty much all the way. Remember, we don't have a whale, but we can make our audience believe we have anything if we just do our hands, our eyes, and if we look at it like it's there, it's there. So here we go. Have you ever heard of Melinda May? She ate a monstrous whale. She said she could. She said she would. So she started right in at the tail. And everyone said, "You're much too small." But that didn't bother Melinda at all. She took little bites and chewed very slow, just like a good girl should. And in 89 years, she ate that whale because she said she would. Good job on that one. Fabuloso. All right, the next one we're going to do is Dark in Here. Do you remember this one about the girl who was swallowed by the lion when she got too close at the zoo? And now she's writing these lines, like lines on a paper. from inside the lion. And it's rather dark in here, so it's called dark in here. I think I'm going to go behind the lion today. I'll be extra loud. If you don't have a lion, you could, maybe you'll have a cardboard box coming in these next couple weeks that you could maybe not cover it with paper, but you could draw a lion on the outside and cut a hole in it. Or you could just have a piece of paper that you point at that has a lion on it. Or remember, we'll do it again when we don't have any props, and you could just make somebody believe you're inside a lion. So here we go. I'm going to get my pencil. Hold on to my board. I'm writing these lines from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here. So please excuse my handwriting, which may not be too clear. But this afternoon, by the lion's cage, I'm afraid I got too near. So I'm writing these lines from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here. Uh-oh. How was that? Let's do it again, and this time, let's just make our audience believe that we're inside a lion. So we do that with our voice, a scared voice. We look around like we might be inside the lion's tummy, and we're looking around what it would look like inside here with our hands and everything. So here we go. Hello, my name is Mrs. Colby, and I'm going to be presenting Dark in Here. And of course, you're going to say your name. Hello, my name is Mary Bell, and I'm going to be presenting Dark in Here. I'm writing these lines from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here. So please excuse my handwriting, which may not be too clear. But this afternoon, by the lion's cage, I'm afraid I got too near. So I'm writing these lines from inside a lion. It's rather dark in here. One of the lines in that you have to be careful of is, I'm writing these lines from inside a lion. Somehow these lines can get tangled up with your tongue. So sometimes you have to punch a certain word in there, give it a little more emphasis. So we might go, I'm writing these lines from inside a lion. And maybe slow those words down in there so they don't all slur together. Otherwise it can be like, I'm writing these lines from inside a lion. And people go, what? What did he say? So really slow down. I'm writing these lines from inside a lion. It's rather dark in here. Just to practice. So those are two that we did last week. And this week we're working on two. Something's missing, as you can see. Something is missing. It looks like it is if my coat is long enough. If you happen to have your dad's jacket or your brother's suit jacket, if you have an old tie that they can wear, or one you'd be really careful with. And then wear shorts. And if you have like your dad's shirt, usually that's what I put on under this. I just didn't, but it comes really long, so it covers up your shorts that you're wearing underneath. And it goes like this. I remember I put on my socks. I remember I put on my shoes. I remember I put on my tie that was painted in beautiful purples and blues. I remember I put on my coat to look perfectly grand at the dance. Yet I feel there's something I may have forgot. What is it? What is it? My pants. So first, if you remember the order of things, first my socks, then my shoes, then my tie, purples and blues, then my coat. So first we do socks, shoes, tie, and coat. So let's try that together. Socks first. I remember I put on my socks. I remember I put on my shoes. I remember I put on my tie that was painted in beautiful purples and blues. I remember I put on my coat to look perfectly grand at the dance and look a little bit grand. Yet it seems, oh, there is something I may have forgot. What is it? What is it? Your pants. Good job. All right, want to try it one last time? Okay, let's try it one more time. I remember I put on my socks. I remember I put on my shoes. I remember I put on my tie that was painted in beautiful purples and blues. I remember I put on my coat to look perfectly grand at the dance. Yet I feel there is something I may have forgot. What is it? What is it? Your pants. Good job. Really good job, you guys. Good voice, good hand movements, good thinking. All those things that we have to have for this poem. Okay, the last one we're going to do for today, and our new one for this week, is called Bear in There. And it's all about going to your refrigerator and finding a polar bear in your refrigerator, eating your stuff, licking your ice, slurping your soda, and how scary and weird that would be to go up there. So first of all, you have to have the shocked look of opening your refrigerator and the polar bear's in there. And then you go through all the foods, and that's the hardest part. That might be something you have to rewind this video and try again and again until you get the different foods. I'll try to go slow, but you know how I do when I go slow. Then I forget my place. I might have to write that one out. Because I can do it when it's all together, but when I separate it, not always. Okay, let's be shocked. Ready? Go up to your refrigerator. Ah! There's a polar bear in my Frigidaire. He likes it because it's cold in there. With his seat in the meat, point to your seat, and his face in the fish, put your hands out, and his big hairy paws in our buttery dish. He's nibbling the noodles. He's munching the rice. He's slurping our soda. Be grossed out. Oh, he's licking our ice. Here's the scary part. And he lets out a roar when you open that door, and it gives me a scare to know he's in there, that polary bear in our Frigidaire. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Polar bear in our Frigidaire, he likes it because it's cold in there. With his seat in the meat, face in the fish, do your face, big hairy paws, put them out there in our buttery dish. So the first thing is he's nibbling the noodles, munching the rice, slurping the soda, and licking the ice. So he's nibbling noodles. I always remember it because it's NN. Nibbling noodles, munching the rice, slurping the soda, probably through a straw, and licking our ice. That's where you have to be really grossed out. You can be kind of getting a little more and more grossed out because he's eating your stuff. But when he's licking your ice, come on, that's disgusting. All right, let's try it again. There's a polar bear in our Frigidaire. He likes it because it's cold in there. All right, do the body parts with his seat in the meat and his face in the fish and his big hairy paws in our buttery dish. He's nibbling the noodles. Oh, he's munching the rice. He's slurping our soda. Ew! He's licking our ice. And he lets out a roar when you open that door. And it gives me a scare to know he's in there. That polary bear in our Frigidaire. And when you do the part where you go, ah, you want to make it kind of like you're sneaking up on him. Let me see how was that part. Nibbling the noodles, munching the rice, slurping the soda, licking the ice. Okay, this is the part you have to kind of pretend you're not going to get in their face. And he lets out a roar. And you put that out there at the last minute. You kind of sneak up on him, and all the kids always go, ah. When you open that door, it gives me a scare to know he's in there, that polary bear in my Frigidaire. Did you like that one? All right. One more time, or should we be done for today? Do it once more? Okay, let's do it all together. I won't even give you any hints. Go up to the refrigerator, be shocked. Ba-da-da. Oh, there's a polar bear in my Frigidaire. He likes it because it's cold in there, with his seat in the meat and his face in the fish and his big hairy paws in our buttery dish. He's nibbling the noodles. He's munching the rice. He's slurping our soda. Oh, he's licking our ice. And it gives me oh my gosh, you guys. nibbling the noodles, munching the rice, slurping the soda, licking the ice. Go here. And he lets out a roar when you open that door. And it gives me a scare to know he's in there. That Polary bear in our Frigidaire. See, sometimes you forget your lines when you get them all going in order. Who cares? We just start over, we do it again. We tell our audience, whoa, 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 gotta start it over again. It just doesn't matter. So I hope you're practicing. I hope you're doing them in the shower, for your parents, in the car, if for the neighborhood, anywhere you are, for your dog, anybody that will listen. I hope you're doing poetry for. Lots of fun. I will see you next time we do this. We're still going to be working on Something's Missing and Polar Bear. So that's what we'll do next time. All right. See you later. So long.